They're deliberately excising out the word Christmas.
They are memory-holing Christmas. They are banning the word.
Yeah, and it's obviously a lame nod to political correctness. It's not this, oh, everyone's welcome. That's how they sell it, Alex. Everyone's welcome. No, Muslims don't care about Christmas. They don't celebrate it. And they're not going to get offended if you don't put them in a Christmas ad. This is a bunch of guilty, self-guilt-tripping white people on the far left who are doing this, and they're literally undermining our culture. Now, I mean, this is not some kind of Bill O'Reilly meme from the early 2000s anymore. This is actually happening. First, I want to start off with central theme, which is the war on Christmas. Now, I remember 10, 15 years ago, this is something that Bill O'Reilly, these other neocons would constantly bring up. People would debunk it and say it's a false concern, it's being exaggerated. There's no war on Christmas. What are you talking about? This is crazy. Well, fast forward to 2017, little bit of a different story. Of course, last week we had the release of the Tesco Christmas ad. Tesco is basically the UK equivalent of Walmart. It's the biggest supermarket chain in the country, one of the biggest corporations in the world. They, of course, released a Christmas ad. They called it a Christmas ad, or at least it was supposed to be that. Didn't have any symbols of Christianity in the ad whatsoever. It did have a gay couple, hijabi Muslims, all this other guff. No actual Christian symbol, because, of course, we can't have that anymore, can we? You've seen the yogurt products from all these different companies where they have to airbrush out crosses on the top of Christian churches because, God forbid, somebody somewhere might be offended. There you see the Christmas ad, Tesco ad, that's causing all the controversy in this country over the past week. Of course, there was a backlash to the backlash, which basically peaked yesterday with Twitter. Twitter came out and said this was one of their featured stories in their Twitter Moments, which, of course, is on the homepage when anybody goes onto Twitter. So a ton of people would have seen this. They said that this was the actual Twitter moment. I'll read from it. They said, people are loving the diversity in the Tesco Christmas ad. This was on the front page of Twitter. Everybody saw this on Twitter yesterday. It says Tesco's Christmas advert features a gay couple and a Muslim family enjoying the season, whatever that means. The advert has drawn mixed reactions, but most viewers seem overjoyed. Like, who on earth would be overjoyed by a commercial? But this is what they said. Most viewers seem overjoyed at the diverse representation. Okay, that is fake news. In fact, I tweeted about it. You go onto the YouTube version of this Christmas ad, this new Tesco Christmas ad, 4,000 thumbs down, 1,000 thumbs up. A 4-to-1 thumbs down to thumbs up ratio, that does not mean people are loving it. That's a complete lie. That is fake news. Certainly doesn't mean that anybody's overjoyed by it. Look at that. It's down. It's 6 to 3K now. So they've managed to get it up a little bit. Only 6,000 thumbs down to 3. So now it's 2-to-1. But is that being overjoyed? Is that people loving the ad? No. The vast majority of people don't like it. There've been newspaper articles about it all week.
Well, Paul, this is cultural appropriation. This is what the left's all about, is overriding, taking control of everything, dominating culture.
Well, Alex, it doesn't even make sense. Muslims don't celebrate Christmas. All the headlines were like, oh, you're so offended at seeing Muslims. It's like, no, I'm offended at the fact, or I'm perplexed at the fact there's no...
It'd be like if you had an ad saying, this holiday season, support Ramadan at your local halal stores, and then it showed guys in Knights Templar uniforms at the Muslim store buying goat brains.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, why are you so offended by... No, nobody really cares. Just at least like put a vicar in it or something, a cross. Anything Christian. It's a Christmas ad, for God's sake. But here's the kicker. Right?
It's like having a Christmas ad where you drag Santa Claus behind a car.
Yeah, I went into Tesco on Saturday, went to the Christmas section of the store. Not one mention of Christmas. They don't even mention the word Christmas. They've got these Christmas cards, Alex. They call them, they've renamed them. They're now called charity cards.
Paul, you got to go back in and get some footage of this.
Well, I've got the pictures and I tweeted them, but people said, oh, that's because a portion of the proceeds are donated to charity. Yeah, that's always been the case, but they were called Christmas cards, okay? They've changed the name of Christmas cards to charity cards. And this was in one store, okay? So all these people who, I went to a Tesco store in a completely different part of the country and found the word Christmas. Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the store that I went in. They had crackers. It said 6 crackers. They don't call them Christmas crackers anymore. They had a ton of confectionery, chocolate, sweets that didn't say Christmas anywhere on the packaging. They're deliberately excising out the word Christmas.
They are memory holding Christmas. They are banning the word.
Yeah, and it's obviously a lame nod to political correctness. It's not this, oh, everyone's welcome. That's how they sell it, Alex. Everyone's welcome. No, Muslims don't care about Christmas. They don't celebrate it. And they're not going to get offended if you don't put them in a Christmas ad. This is a bunch of guilty, self-guilt-tripping white people on the far left who are doing this, and they're literally undermining our culture. Now, this is not some kind of Bill O'Reilly meme from the early 2000s anymore. This is actually happening. There's a headline up on The Guardian, threats to boycott Tesco after Muslim family features in Christmas ad. Again, completely misrepresenting the source of the controversy, which was the fact there were no Christian symbols in the entire ad for Christmas. Just like the yogurt companies, the big yogurt companies have shot it out. They've airbrushed out the crosses on top of the Christian churches when they sell their products because, God forbid, it might offend somebody. This is a deliberate Orwellian process of eliminating words, changing language for the purposes of some lame nod at political correctness. And it's chilling, and we should be angry about this. And yeah, there are some Tesco stores across the country which will have some things that say Christmas, but they're gradually airbrushing it out, and it's insidious. Here's another headline. Again, proving that the war on Christmas is not some right-wing conspiracy theory. Voice of Europe reports, Paris cancels Christmas market, holds special Ramadan party every year. Now, this is a Christmas market in Paris that I've been to on several occasions, massive cultural icon of a festivity, no longer going to exist. The Champs-Élysées Christmas market in Paris. Champs-Élysées, central Paris, iconic area, has been cancelled by City Hall councillors. It's considered the city's main Christmas market and welcomes 15 million visitors every year. Hugely successful, globally renowned. It's gone. According to a spokesperson of the City Hall, the French capital wants to, this is a quote, wants to focus on offering visitors and Parisians more attractive and innovative events that will enhance the Champs-Élysées in a cultural and aesthetic dimension in keeping with this exceptional site. Oh, so you're all bothered about aesthetics. Meanwhile, you're literally building a wall around the Eiffel Tower because Islam's is such a massive religion of peace. Oh, but now you care about aesthetics. Okay. Since 2008, this market in Paris has been organized by Marcel Campion, but due to long-term dispute, the contract was terminated this year. According to Jean-Francois Martin, deputy mayor in charge of tourism, the market wasn't good enough for Paris. So they've cancelled this. But of course, the daily street prayers, where they literally have a call to prayer at 5 a.m. and go and kneel on the street, that will continue. Another one, French top court bans Christian nativity scenes from public spaces. Christmas nativity scenes. The French Council of State has ruled for a ban on Christmas nativity scenes in public spaces unless special circumstances show that this has a cultural, artistic, or festive purpose. So you can't just have a Christmas festivity nativity scene in public for the sake of, oh, I don't know, we're a Christian country. This is the very foundation of our entire society. No, that's not a good enough reason. You have to prove that it's diverse enough, that it's representative enough culturally, and we're going to ban it because you can't prove that. The decision of the Council of State relates to the nativity scene that the mayor of Béziers, Robert Menard, had installed in 2014. In 2015-16, a creche was again installed, but with a more cultural and festive dimension. Because you can't just have a Christian nativity scene with a baby Jesus and whatever. No, that might offend somebody. Ban it, ban it. It was accompanied by a Christmas tree. Can't have that. Ban that. And a mailbox to write to Santa Claus. So even like the non-Christian stuff There's more commercial stuff, the Santa Claus, the Christmas tree or whatever, which is actually pagan. Even that, they're even banning that because it might offend somebody, okay? Doesn't even matter if you're a Christian or not. The fact is, if you want to subvert, undermine, and eventually overthrow Western civilization, which is what the far left wants to do, even though many of them don't know it, they're useful idiots, then you've got to take down Christianity because it's the fundamental underpinning of Western society. And this is the process that we see right now with the encroachment of Islam, not just radical Islam, but mass Islamic immigration. And yet, in most cases, those who are supposedly, we're told, might be offended by any of this, they're not even offended, they don't even care. It's other people getting offended on their behalf. We've seen it with the yogurt companies, Lidl, Nestle, airbrushing Christian crosses from the yogurt packaging. I mean, most people wouldn't even notice it anyway. If you go to my Twitter, I just retweeted an example of that, a before and after shot. It's a church in Greece. They've airbrushed it out because it had a cross on top of the church for yogurt. For yogurt. There you see it, absolutely incredible. So Tesco's come out with this Christmas ad that has no Christian symbols in it whatsoever. The media took that, spun it, and said, oh, look at all these bigots offended because there were some hijabi Muslims in the advert. No, that's not the point. The point is, why are you putting Muslims in a Christmas advert? They don't celebrate Christmas. They don't care. Number two, where are the Christian symbols? All right, you've got gay dads in there, fair enough, whatever. At least put a cross in there. I mean, come on. And then Twitter comes out and outright lies and say, people are loving the diversity in the new Tesco ad. Go on YouTube, 6,000 thumbs down as of now, compared to 3,000 thumbs up. No, people are not loving it. The clear majority of people hate it because they see this gradual Orwellian erosion of tradition, of culture, of language. And it's insidious. It's no longer some Bill O'Reilly meme when it's actually happening. France has banned nativity scenes in public spaces. We had this story last year out of the Express, out of Germany. It's going to be replicated even more so again this year. Remember, this was around the time that an Islamic terrorist migrant barreled a truck through a Christmas market in Berlin, killing, over a dozen people, injuring dozens more? These are who we're capitulating to. This is the great capitulation we're witnessing right now. Christmas banned from being mentioned on menu over fears it would offend Muslims. Christmas treats have been taken off the menu and replaced with winter delicacies over fears the phrase would offend Muslims. Function held at the Austrian embassy in Germany still served traditional festive fare, but rebranded them as winter delicacies. So you can't even serve food that's called Christmas because it might offend a Muslim. You know, like the San Bernardino killers were offended by the Christmas party. We don't want to offend those kind of people, do we? Here's another one out of Germany again. We are a Muslim business. Woolworths store cancels Christmas over Islamic customers. Woolworths has cancelled Christmas in one of its German stores after claiming its only remaining customers are Muslim. The former high street favourite went bust 7 years ago in the UK, but still operates 300 stores in Germany. And a row broke out after staff at a branch in Dortmund decided not to bother with Christmas decorations, gifts, or music this year because it's now essentially a Muslim store. Shocked locals found out after the Christmas section, which featured decorations, gifts, and festive treats, such as chocolate Father Christmases, don't call it Father Christmas, was removed after just a few days on display. So that was because it was essentially in a Muslim ghetto. They just got rid of it. I mean, perhaps Tesco shouldn't really be having Christmas sections at all. They shouldn't be selling Christmas cards or charity cards, as they're called now. They shouldn't be selling crackers. They shouldn't be selling wrapping paper that might offend a Muslim. Decorations, tinsel, baubles that might offend somebody. I think I'm starting to get triggered by the fact that they've even got a Christmas section. I mean, think of the precious Muslims. You might offend them. In fact, that's actually a narrative that we've seen from the left. Don't offend the Muslims, it might turn them into terrorists. What? First of all, that's the most Islamophobic thing you could ever say. because it's introducing the premise that you can just turn a Muslim into a terrorist by making them upset, which kind of gives you a clue that it's quite easy for them to become terrorists in the first place. Very bigoted, very Islamophobic, as is Christmas sections all in supermarkets. Get rid of them all. Ban everything. Ban Christmas trees. Ban Santa Claus. Someone might be offended. And if you've got a video on YouTube of a Christmas ad without any Christian symbols in it, like Tesco does, and it's got 6,000 thumbs down compared to only 3,000 thumbs up, just say everybody's loving it. Just lie through your teeth on the front page of Twitter and say everybody loves it. It's so diverse. Everybody's loving it. They're overjoyed. That was the word they literally used. Twitter said people were overjoyed. Yeah, 6,000 thumbs down. That's literally fake news, okay? That is the war on Christmas. I'm sure we'll be talking about it again, given the fact that it's only November the 14th. Before we get back into this news, I want to tell you, though, how you can support Infowars this Christmas and stock up on great products by taking advantage of extended free shipping. Sales are ending and sales are beginning, so it's your last chance to get on board with some of these sales that are ending, and we have new ones coming through as well. We're extending free shipping while supplies last for Biome Defense 50, the popular probiotic formula, so make sure while you still have a chance to take advantage of that 50% off discount. We don't know when this item's coming back, so be sure to get on board with that right now. Z-Shield, we're also adding that and dropping it by 50% plus free shipping. Brings you toxic, metal, and chemical defense support through its proprietary blend of powerful ingredients. Dropped by a whole 50% in price. That's a massive discount. The Caveman True Paleo Formula is back for 50% off, again with free shipping at InfowarsStore.com. You can experience why Caveman has thousands of 5-star reviews from our third-party reviewers. And again, those reviews are real people. We don't sit there and create fake reviews. They're all verified, vetted. Most of them, the vast majority of them, 5-star for Caveman True Paleo Formula. And that also has free shipping and a huge 50% off. We've also got specials which are still going on, which won't be around for long. Vitamin Mineral Fusion, 50% off. Super Blue Fluoride-Free Mouthwash, 50% off. And DNA Force at 25% off. Again, with free shipping. Secret 12, a massive 50% off with free shipping. Don't forget Brain Force Plus. The mainstream media, the verified libtards on Twitter, had an absolute meltdown over that last weekend because they found an ad in which I had made a commercial for Brain Force Plus 6 months ago. They found it and they're, oh my God, what's this? We've just discovered this. Yeah, it's 6 months old. God forbid I was advertising a nootropic product that's taken by like half the people in Silicon Valley that's proven to help with cognitive functioning. Brain Force Plus. Nothing triggers them more than you stocking up on Brain Force Plus right now at InfowarsStore.com.
My fellow freedom lovers, Alex Jones here with a very important message. Secret 12, 40% off, the best vitamin B12 out there from our research. Take it under the tongue. Simply amazing. That sale is continuing. Supermel Vitality for stamina, libido, energy. That's 30% off. That's continuing. And the other really, really good news is that, yes, we're having to end the sale of 50% off on Anthroplex, but DNA Force, after almost 4 months out of stock, is back in stock. 25% off our flagship product. Also, Biome Defense, the great probiotic, that is 25% off as well. So a lot of things are selling out, but a lot of things are still at record sales. Like Silver Bullet, super high quality colloidal silver is still 50% off. And there's other sales that are still going, but they're all about to end. Whether it's DNA Force or whether it's Silver Bullet, it's all available right now at InfowarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.